Hello, welcome to this channel. This day that we are concurring on April of 2026 on the 29th. For the events that we are having, and for this channel Tech Globe Atlas to be given to my children and their generation. It is good to quiet. It is good to quiet after a lot of power and innate celebrations, and the celebrations of the past and the present and the future have enigmatized the highest part and sense of ourselves with that which is beyond as well. Our extent, and to allow that to quiet from so much power precisely down, because you know that it might create and awaken hidden, repressed ideologies, systems of belief that have been suppressed. And you must allow 1, 2, 3 days to allow invite anger to take over, comparisons, and allow your stand to dissolve from that human core to the essential core, which is precisely why we are here as adults. You were given a task for the next generation, for that which flows partially, as we have an earth system in our body and a blood system. The matrix of our body also has an inner interaction that's still being studied. I have studied 2 illnesses, cancer and the degeneration of the nerve system in the body. There is a betrayal within the system, in the protein. What constitutes the muscle? So the head is to a part, the defense system has a betrayal signals when it's not in touch with what's going on with the defense mechanism. There is a hierarchy in the defense mechanism, and they don't lead with the brain. It has to be very painful, so the brain activates and looks within what's going on within the core of your inner system, your body, and the systems of your systems. It can be from the outside, a vibe. We might be entering precisely into a new month, to say a new word. So many have repeated a lot, unstoppable. or a vibe that's unstoppable. And I will still argue that's accelerating, because you can be unstoppable and remain in the same position doing the same. And of course it is unstoppable. So allow a healing conform from the old passages of your own history. And remember those who were on the other sides of the world, fighting in World War II, side by side, shoulder by shoulder against tyranny. And honor them in the same way. China, Russia, and the Spanish as well, who brought voice from its writers and artists, the English who lived as well in the beaches of Spain. And communicated for something in between, for freedom. Dictatorships created an extreme from the opulence and excesses of corruption from the highest classes. And it needed time for people to get more educated and get more sense of property while learning to manage. It needs more generational gaps to fill, so abundance can reign through all of us. I love to see the ladies in their dresses, showing their skin in the morning in Britain. And the feminine power as well, as the ladies in Venezuela, and this is a world of perception and love and all the feminine qualities that power has within the beauty and the values of life, of nourishing and welcoming death. So we women are not witches or lilies, or they are genius women as well, and beautiful men as well, and intelligent women as well. As a smart man, but no one is made equal. The world of women has been suppressed for too long. When my daughter Alice, and her spiritual name is Amora, from the Jew, which means alignment of the village, and she said to me, among sentences in her letter, that she would like to be like the guys and continue writing about other themes. It was not relatable. I would love to give her this channel, and that her brother as well Go to discover the world. With good people. While studying each map within the map of the world. This is going to help us as well to travel throughout the universe and understand systematically with the transparency of the present actuality precisely what it is. So I would not argue that might be 15% that have a universal passage to travel. I do not know the reasons of why would they be chosen. There is still a lot to surpass. It is good to stop and pause. You see, in Tantra, we stop. You like to be unstoppable and accelerate non-stop. But you precisely need to stop and pause to admire the world and the stars together. And see the world from another direction, from the outer side of the world, to see how much power you have and compassion to deliver. You will love to nourish your own people in a wise competition, because it's fun. You love to show what you got and receive as well the inspiration from others who respond back. So a war of arts, that's being produced through the formation of values. And what is the highest theme to fight for and with? While some fight to overcome or become something that's powerful, others are simply responding towards what we are. We have to share. A woman also has power to administrate. And when I demand for my work to be flowing, because I also have values. The whole world of the man has finished already. It's been a long preparation. It's been an old preparation for a new man that is more powerful than death can bring, and all that follows death. You will hear it in your actions as one. You will hear your tunes as one. You will enjoy, and you can already celebrate the transparency, is not magic, but runs through you. For that is good to be in connection with the people working in the floor, to listen to your body, to listen to your people, and to allow them to lead the way as you wisely pick the good who can bring more power to your people. And that's the education of the heart. I demand for my children to be brought to me from my work. So the war might continue because they're investing on it. They're investing to take from others, investing to take from me every second, an hour, a day, and week, and year. My energy is being taken away. That belongs to my children and my mother and my own life, from my own work. The Jew world, to domesticate women, has died to me. The Christian world, to domesticate and change the words and works of women, has died to me as well. You are present, carrying your religions, your beliefs, in an orthodox way, because you're being supported by it. But man, as Jesus, would have never existed without the woman, all the women that supported him, and perhaps initiated him while washing his feet. So this is a relation between man and woman. This is a relation of freedom and respect. The more you will want to control others, the more you will want to invest in wars. The more you will see what keeps you in the same way. Well, you think to be unstoppable. Everything has stopped. You're stagnated, wanting to control, wanting to put thoughts in people, telling people what to do. But I don't see anything happening. But pity shows, and shows of glory and pride. Well, you are doing what, may I ask? I firmly believe that the next generation is going to take over the corruptions of the old. I firmly believe the old generation is going to keep doing wars and showing off everything that they take from others, from the pain of my heart. You can take all the money to show off. You can show off more and more. Take people's work, show more. To be admired, to be liked is the power. But that's not really helping anyone. You go on honor in the same way the leaders from around the world and your enemies. Teach them what is to honor one another and be proud of taking care of your people with a map that is fair for the people, with their ability to imagine, to travel with their minds, to define what is their next frontier in their own life, by their own sense of property. You're nothing to me. Until you start letting go to the next generation. But we're here to create for the next. Because if you do not let go, we're gonna come after you and destroy you. You have all the cards to be destroyed. All the evidence. No one is going to watch more shows, beautiful words, dinners, shakings of hands, and wars. You are incapable to do that to your other brothers and sisters from around the world. And me, and the rest of the people in the world. So know very well when you start being something. We'll see. This is a prayer for all the leaders of the world, influencers, the journalists who have their freedom of expression. Donald Trump is from the generation of King Charles. The resentment of the communist countries has to end to allow a communication to be open and healed without comparisons, without blaming in the past. So this conversation can be creative, but you too are going to allow the next generations to deliver from their own intelligence. So you have 3 days, 2 days, 1 day. You have a second itself to deliver. The more you show off, the more insecurity you want to hide over the situation of relating with the other side of the world and the opposite sex, which is the other side as well. We can see how you might kill your wives and cheat as well, as you have corrupted billions and billions and billions of women through our history. The sperm count is unstoppable. It's uncountable. So when I am reborn, I like to, as I have been raised, I would like to be born every day with the love for my mother to cherish, from the abundance and love she's giving me, thanks to the generosity and freedom of my father, supporting her as well as she support him. You're still nothing. You're hiding and taking and making copies. What are you gonna do but hide? You want others to do the work for you? You want to talk about one thing is working, one thing is talking, another thing is doing. Because you don't work, you do. You have copied everything. All of you are the same to me. You will copy each other, steal, and create gossip and havoc to earn the narrative. We're moving into other forms of creativity. I have been there. There's no need to farm animals when you have so much intelligence to flourish with the people, with all their matters to study and enjoy and celebrate and move faster and slow down as well. And that is the only flow. That is the only flow without restrictions that you can have together. So the investments of war will mean how untrustful people are from their own doings to make believe they are the only ones on each side of the story. It is good that people protect their language and their culture and have domain of their abilities without fear of expanding and making their own system. This is against the ultimate domination of any culture or anyone who would like to abuse and change the history and the language of other cultures as the meaning of where it comes from. As Hera in Greek mythology is the goddess of heroes, not of matrimony. Yes? In this way, humanity grows to be godlike. This is why God has created us in that inspiration. And there is nothing you can do but to allow it. It doesn't matter with what number you start. If you want the show for everyone to see you, from the dramas you create and the miseries. I'm gonna disconnect from every face of yours, and in the same way to everyone who represents you. Until this is done. So it will be better times to see my children and my mother and run my life from the fruits of my work as a representative of all the women from around the world who has existed and exists in the future. You will have a better times. But not like taking drugs and having sex with so many people. I'm talking to a higher understanding of immortal love, of a value that transcends in your memory and is remembered from every fiber of experience that you have transmitted, not just project. I am precisely here for that direction, and also for myself, not to be abandoned in the field alone. I will love people to recover from their illness, and we can talk about what is changing our patterns. What is change so important with our patterns? So if you like to be manipulated and play dominion in toxic ways, you will be remembered for that as we come. You could have allowed this to happen many years already, many years ago. But your pattern continues. So leaders don't have any idea how to do this. I'm not going to tell you, so you keep me and the rest of the world in misery, because that's what the change is about, all right? Of respecting others. And that's what is peace. Also for the Middle East to respect women, respect their people and their freedom of expression, to stop this nonsense. Because the more unstoppable you want to be, the more unstoppable the other ones want to be as well. And you keep wrestling in your outside nonsense. You will wish to see the world with your own eyes, what have started, knowing it did not come from you, from your doings, from your thoughts, from your studies and the ones of your parents, but from the people. Bye.